How do you know if what you know is right or wrong? What happens if you believe something that's not true? How do you figure that out?
I talk to people.
Nope, that's not good enough. That's not good enough because you could talk to people that reaffirm whatever you believe.
You never really know, I guess. No.
So that's your world. That's what you're selling to people. You can't know if you're right. You have no idea. With concrete example then. When it comes to wearing masks, how do you know if that's a good idea or not?
Because if people more powerful than me are telling me to do it, I instantly don't believe them.
Do you understand that that just makes you a sheep of the other herd, right? If there is a shepherd and he says all the sheep go left, you can either choose your own path or you can go right because he told you to go left. You understand you're being just as controlled, right?
So who's controlling me?
The people that you don't like. I hear you say a lot of shit. I know where a lot of it comes from because I've heard it from other areas of the internet. And I always hear these same types of things. I don't want to be a sheep. I'm woke up to the truth. I figured out reality. But the reality is that you went from a sheep from herd A and now you're just a sheep in herd B. So the correct answer was I decide whether or not to wear a mask based on the data I've read, the studies I've gone over, the articles I've read. That's the right answer. I've seen enough information to point me one way or another. Everything else that you're saying is a cope. You can't breathe. Are you oxygen retarded? What do you mean you can't breathe with a mask on? Are out here running marathons with 3 of them on. How is it possible that you can't breathe with the mask on, right? It's uncomfortable. Seatbelts are uncomfortable, okay? Going to the doctor is uncomfortable, okay? There's a lot of things in life that are uncomfortable. If you want to wear a mask or not, that should be something that you arrive at through your own independent thought process, not because somebody else tells you not to, okay? That's what a 16-year-old does. I think you can do better than that. Do you think that a spiritual void exists today in the Western world?
Yeah, I believe in God.
When you're talking to people on your platform, I hear you guys talk about what it means to be successful, what it means to achieve, what it means to accomplish things. And all I ever hear you guys talk about are cars, mansions, 30 hoes. Why?
Because that's dope.
When you talk about those things, those are the exact types of journeys that lead you to the spiritual void. People pursuing Bugattis, mansions, and it is the most empty, hollow life imaginable.
That's not the end goal, but that's just something I want. Like, I want to have a wholesome life. I want to have kids. I want to have a good family. I want to just have a well-rounded, enjoyable life. The life I want, I don't think it's possible in the West anymore because people are so brainwashed.
Yeah, but you're brainwashing them. You're the one that's brainwashing them in that direction.
How am I brainwashing them?
Because you're telling them that they need Bugattis, mansions, and be happy.
I'm not I'm saying I want to get that and I'm gonna get it. And a lot of guys, like, I have a mostly male audience, they all want that too.
What you are doing is you are doing to men what Nicki Minaj or whoever the you brought up, Kim Kardashian, are doing to women.
If you want to be independent and not listen to anybody, then you need to improve yourself, because we want to get rich by connections. We want to get rich on our phone. We want to get rich based off who we know. We want to add value. To add value and have people trust you and like be able to make sales, you need to be a better man.
How do you get rich on your phone?
Streaming, crypto, dropshipping, e-commerce businesses.
Streaming, crypto, you know what you just described? OnlyFans for men. You just complained to ABBA, all these are getting on OnlyFans trying to sell pics of themselves and do all that shit. Why is that bad? Because they're not working on themselves. They're not doing anything that makes themselves better. And now you're telling guys to download fucking Robinhood or go trade some coin in the hopes that they get fucking rich, or they start streaming, or they hop on TikTok or whatever. What? They're not improving themselves by doing that. When you tell people that they have to pick up their phone and get rich, that's not self-improvement. You're not becoming a better person doing that.
To start a business, you need to be a better person. And comparing an e-commerce business to OnlyFans is just goofy, because you're selling your titties and you're adding nothing to the world. All you're doing is making other people sad and creating a fake relationship that makes people sadder. It's making people worse. OnlyFans does not add anything to the world besides the dopamine rush for both sides. Starting an e-commerce business, adding value to the world, like, that's making the world a better place. Hey. Me entertaining people online, if I'm streaming, that's making people laugh and smile. That's making the world better. How are you going to compare titties to an online e-commerce business?
E-commerce is you're leeching on affiliate links, on trying to sell people products that you're not even producing. E-commerce is not adding to the world. Trading crypto, that's not adding to the world. You're trying to out-speculate some other dude, trying to out-speculate some other dude so that you're not caught bag holding when your fucking coin drops, okay? Crypto and NFT is not adding to the fucking world. 99% of these coins come and go quicker than a fucking girl opens and closes the fucking OnlyFans.
To invest in crypto is good because it takes away the government's stronghold on currency. If we can decentralize currency and we could take the wealth in our own hands, we're adding value. I'm telling people invest in crypto so you could take charge of your own money.
You're not taking charge of your own money. You're paying off other people that are gonna fucking drop your shit and you're gonna lose everything. Do you think everybody can win in crypto?
Yeah, if you apply yourself.
Okay, when you buy crypto and then you sell it at more than you bought it for, how are you making money on it?
Because someone else isn't. But everybody
exactly. So hold on. So if one guy makes 10 times his money, that means for that one dude, 10 other people lost their ass.
Dummies.
So not everybody can win.
Everybody can get rich if you apply yourself properly, if you have the right mindset, if you're smarter and you're better. So I'm encouraging people to become smarter and better. And don't be a dumb idiot. This is not my fault that I'm poor. It is. Be better.
You're not encouraging people to get smarter or better. You're encouraging people to go on their phones and look for get-rich-quick schemes. Why would you even have God in your mouth while you're talking about fucking 20 women at the same time? That's not a congruent lifestyle.
To you, but in Islam you can have 4 wives.
It doesn't work that way.
In Islam you can have 4 wives. I want to.
You're not Islamic, and you didn't say 4 earlier.
Guys, it's not true that you can just have 20 wives in Islam or whatever. The Prophet would only take orphans or widows as his extra wives, and that's where the example came from. And even then, they strongly discourage Muslims from doing that because Allah says that you can't love each woman equally. So they say don't do it. So this whole thing that people turn towards Islam is people who don't actually study the religion or know anything about that.
And even if they did, that's 4 wives, not 4 bitches that you kick out and then fuck new ones the next day.
Destiny, I think your audience is full of complacent people. People are like, I can't get rich. This is a pyramid scheme. This is a scam. And then my people are like, well, I want to go get it. So you can pick one. Yeah, not everybody will make it, but you can make it if you apply yourself. It's that simple.
Your path is the path of complacency. Your path is the path of spiritual and psychological weakness. You're complacent to hustle culture. Because if you were talking to people and you wanted to make and build real men, you'd be telling people either 1, go to school, get a fucking education so you can get a real job, or 2, at least go and do a trade. Opening up 50 million TikTok videos and seeing people bragging about their 7 cars while these guys are probably crying themselves to sleep at night because they don't have a single person that loves them in the entire fucking world. That's the complacent path. If you're going to talk about religious shit, that is literally the temptation of the devil. Flashing you like flashy shit and try to say, if you go and buy this, if you get that, if you've got this many women like you, that's the path to happiness. Come on, man. Being a good person is easy. That's not true. Being a good person requires more work than starting your own business. Being a good person requires more work than getting lucky on some shit coin. Okay.
So what do you think is being a good person, Destiny?
Being a good person means having honor, means being honest, it means doing the right thing when it's difficult to do it. It might mean being reliable for your friends. It might mean having a job or providing for a family. Being a good person can mean a ton of different things in a ton of different contexts.
Everybody knows what you said. Everybody knows that.
Not everybody does. Do you think most people are good people? Do you think that we have guidance in society right now to be good people? Or do you think that most of it is trying to tell us how to open a Robinhood account to look for the right penny stock to get rich on?
There's a lot of distractions for sure, but it's not, bro.
This is the distraction. I'm telling you that you are the distraction from being a good person right now.
I'm distracting. I'm a bad person. And I'm encouraging bad people.
Yeah, no, you're encouraging bad behavior.
I want to be the master of my own universe. I want to be the best person I can be and be able to buy whatever I want.
How are you the master of your own universe when you see something flashy and that's what's pushing you to earn more money, to open more e-commerce shops? Yeah, you're the male Kim Kardashian. That's the whole point. Telling people that they need to, you got to start a business, you got to do e-commerce, you got to get 20 girls, you got to get the cars, you got to get the buildings.
Kim Kardashian is encouraging, like, you get famous for nothing, to be a thought, to just put on makeup and say nothing and you could be famous. I'm encouraging people to be the best version of themselves.
Be famous for nothing and being a thought. The male equivalent to that is saying, try to make a YouTube channel and be funny and trade crypto. It's the same thing, but for men. How do you think you're going to be able to provide romantically for a woman when you're 28 if you've been sleeping around and around for your entire 20s? You're not even going to know what a healthy relationship looks like.
Once you a lot of women, you understand how they work and you get better with them.
No, when you a lot of women, you understand how to women. That's the only thing you get. You don't know how to love a woman. You don't know how to take care of a woman. In fact, you probably know the opposite if you've been through that many. Yeah. Anybody will tell you that, 100%. But if you found a woman that had through 20 or 30 guys up to when she was 26, you think she'd know how to take care of you?
Nope, it's different for men and women.
Tell me why it's different. Why do you think it's different?
Men can as many women as possible because we can get as many women pregnant. We can get 100 women pregnant today. A woman can only get pregnant once in a year. That's why women are wired to be with one man. But a man is wired to spread your seed. So you can be with as many women as possible. It doesn't change how you love a woman.
I would encourage you should talk to women. The kind of women that you want when you're 27, you should start talking to them now because they don't want to touch somebody like you with a 10-foot pole. They would not want anything to do with you. What is the ideal version of a man to you?
A man that could do whatever he wants to do and doesn't listen to anybody and creates his own world and is the master of his own universe.
Okay, a man that can do whatever he wants to do and doesn't listen to anybody, what you just described is a 17-year-old teenager.
Yeah, and then you turn 18 and then you gave up on it and started voting for Biden.
Yeah, I turned 18, I gave up on it because I had to become an actual man. A man can't do whatever he wants to do because if you're a man, no.
Nonsense.
No.
Nonsense.
So, okay, if you're a man, do you get responsibilities? Can you walk away from a house? Can you walk away from a family? Can you walk away from your obligations? Is that what a real man does?
That's not what a real man wants to do. A
real man doesn't want to have any obligations in his life. A man that does whatever he wants to do, that's a weak man's idea of a strong man. It's a guy that walks out on anything, doesn't give a about anybody, and does whatever the he wants because he's only in the selfish pursuit of his own happiness. This is a guy that's never going to have a real wife. He's never going to have real friends or family because everybody's going to look at that dude as a teenager that's going to drop everything and quit when life gets too hard. All the tests of being a real man are about doing the things that you don't want to do when you most don't want to do them.